Howdy. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody? All right, can we hear the music? All right, can we hear the music? No, we cannot hear the music. Uh-oh. Let's get that fixed. All right, does that sound better? All right, now, yeah, now you can hear it. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, just a few technical things I want to do really quick. Let me turn off my, that way we don't have an echo. All right. Everything is fixed. Everything is looking good. And we're all set. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, we are going to continue working on the animation system that we started. Well, the animation system, let me give you guys a bit of a backstory. So we're using reanimator by Aarthificial. He's a fellow game dev YouTuber. And it's working pretty well. 2 weeks ago, we created animation layers. So really all that meant was creating a merged sprite or using multiple sprite renderers. And we decided we're going to go with the multiple sprite renderer solution. So we're still going to go with that. We might actually test some more with that. Maybe not, I don't know. But I'm getting that ready for the devlog. So that's pretty important. But before we could actually do that, we need to figure out all of the animations and kind of plan them, get them set up so that everything works. And one of the major things that wasn't really working with Reanimator, at least I couldn't figure out, was transitions. So let me just give you an example. We were able to figure it out, but here, make this bigger. If I click that button, it goes into the guard position, right? And so if I were to restart, it would just automatically bring me back to guard. It wouldn't run through the animation again, but we were able to fix that. Turns out we need to, just like how it's a bunch of branches, right? It's like leaves are the animations, the branches are the switches. We actually have to prune the branches that we're not using. So any node that we're not using should be removed or turned to false. So we're running kind of backwards right now because we need to switch to mirrored sprites. And what else was there? There's something else, I think. Oh yes, the slopes, it's just going to keep playing the animation because we haven't given it a different animation to play. It's still, you know, it just freezes pretty much. So the animation just keeps playing, and that's how it works. Okay, so that is what we're working with right now. Let me show you how I got the transitions to work. Another quick thing I changed was I created the public static bools as inputs instead of the is something. It's now underscore that action or that input. So that way we collect all the inputs in hero movement. And then we pretty much assign what those inputs mean. So like assigning in hero animations now, that's where the is this, is that is happening, because that's where the actual state is changing, right? That's the action that we're taking. So it actually cleans it up a little bit, and separating the two. Before, I was using the is, let's say is crouched, as the input, but also as the action. And so I would disable it, but we're currently doing it. So it was getting confusing. So we fixed that. So that should be working pretty well now. But here is the trick to getting it to work. So right here we have a one-off. This is counted once when we actually hit the input. It will turn on is crouching if is crouching is off, and that will fire only once, and that's when it turns on the idle crouch animation state. It says it's allowed. And then when we turn it off, it turns it back on. Those are the transitions, right? So that's the transition that turns on, turns off. And I think we can set up a few different transitions. There's going to be a few other things that we are going to come up with. But we've got a few things we need to do. We have two animations. Let's take a look at it. We're going to do an inverted crouch. So right now, here's our crouch animation with the transition. You can see we go down. We don't have arms yet. We're working on that. But when we uncrouch, it jumps right back up to the idle, right? So we need to create a second animation. And so we're just going to copy this, actually. And we're going to call it crouched idle. There we go. And then we just need to reorganize. There we go. And this one will be crouch idle. Okay. Now here, I think we have to do the exact same thing, except it's going to be inverted. Here we say crouch idle, or yeah, crouch idle false. Okay. Then in hero animations, we have to actually set it up. Let's go one up to this one. This is the switch that controls all of that. And for now, we're just gonna put it over here. Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. There we go. This got a little messed up. We actually changed the wrong one, but that's fine. We fixed it. Okay, so it's number 3 is the one that we need. Hey, Identic. Hey, El Velosmore. El Velosmore. How's it going, guys? Couldn't watch the whole stream last time. It went pretty well. We were able to work on the idle animation, and that went pretty well. But there is the live stream, like replay, the VOD on the channel in the live streams if you wanted to catch it. But yeah, it went pretty well. Pretty well. We're right now working on animation transitions. That is what we're working on. We're actually going to create the uncrouch. So we have the animation right here, and we're about to set it in here. So this is going to be interesting, because once we uncrouch, it turns on the standing, right? But if we're standing, then it goes straight back to idle. So we need to think about this. We could maybe create like a last state thing. Or we could create a miniature state, like a transitioning state. But if we do that, then it can get kind of complicated with all the transitions that we're going to have. Yeah, this is an odd one. So I think we're gonna have to create a transition. So what are transitions gonna look like? T for transition. It would be uncrouch. Yeah, T for transition, uncrouch. I don't know. Maybe uncrouching. Yeah, we could do that. All right, let's do that. So now here we're gonna say uncrouching. Okay. Here's one thing actually I just realized. The crouch to idle should not be in the crouch branch. It has to be in the standing branch for it to work. Okay, so that's number 5. And what am I missing? We're missing this. Okay, so I just enabled uncrouching. Okay. So if uncrouching is true, that makes sense. So now we go to stand. Where's stand? Here we go. So if uncrouching, and we say default action, right? Yeah, default action, and we have to go to 5. Okay, so that's that. Now we have to switch to is idle once that is done. let's go to crouch idle. We're gonna go to what's it called? We're gonna do crouch. Okay, hold on. Let's actually clear everything. Okay. We're gonna do crouch idle. Perfect. This one will be what was it? Default action. Oops. Oops. Okay. So let's see what happens. I think we did enough where we should see something. Okay, let's take a look at our console here. So Jin set, which is just testing in reverse, is set when we remove the idle. So it should be turning to true. Uncrouching should be turning true. We have to figure out a way to turn off. We have to turn it off somehow. So if crouch, we turn off crouching. We might not actually need this because we're not going down a different branch. Let's try it again. No, so it keeps snapping back. Okay. Keeps snapping back. We have in hero animations, if uncrouching. So if we're standing and we've uncrouched, it should set the default action to 5, which should be the normal thing. Let's take a look. Default action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crouch idle, that's the 5th one. That looks good. That shouldn't be the problem. Ah, okay, hold on. We need to make sure that this is in its proper place. Okay, let's see. That might actually fix it because now it's under the flat actions. It might have been going through it a little confused. We'll see. We'll see. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. We need to figure this out. What can we do? We need to set up a debug log. Okay. That will hopefully do it. Okay, so we do hit here. We do hit that. Okay. Now, what's happening is, I believe here in hero movement, we're not moving. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, we're turning on is idle. But first we should check if hero animations dot uncrouching. So now what's going to happen is it's just going to loop, I believe, the uncrouching animation. But at least it'll be progress. We're getting somewhere. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Still not working. Is there anywhere else that we're setting is idle to true by accident? Doesn't look like it. No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Let's move test to up here. And let's see if we get into the place there, because we should be uncrouching. I mean, that should be the where it's stuck at. So it shouldn't be able to fire that. Okay, so it's still running test. So it's still saying that it can be an idle. And now it goes here, test is no longer active. Stood is, that's good. Now why is it going directly to 0? That's the question. You know what? Idle should be the last one, though. It should kind of be the opposite way around. So here, if we do this, because idle is if nothing else is going on. So all the drastic actions happen first, then the idle animation plays. That's how it's supposed to happen. So actually we can change this into an else if, and that might actually help. So else, oops. Okay, we'll see what happens. 1,400 lines of code. Is that really how much we have in here? No, we just have 300. But yeah, we do have a lot of code. A lot of it is commented out currently because we're trying to focus on setting this up. Once this is... Oh, it was in hero movement, wasn't it? Oh yeah, wow, look at that. Well, not all of it is code, but the majority is commented out and has to be reworked. Like most of the ledge hang is commented out because we're focusing on the animations first. But yeah, we do have a lot of code. All right, we're crouching. Did not work. So we still go back to idle, even though we shouldn't be. And why is that? Everything seems to be working the way it should be. Okay, so we know that we're here. We already know that. We don't need that. We know we get in here. And it's not an out of index. Let's try that. Let's go one out of the array, see if we create an error message. We do. Wait a minute, did I accidentally put an idle instead of, no, crouch idle. Yeah, it should be. Oh, hold on. I need to circulate through these. There it is. Okay, hold on. This might have been it. This might have been the problem. Oh wait, we're still out of index. Hold on. This should do it. Hopefully. I don't get it. All right, if we don't put this at the end, what's gonna happen? Let's just loop it back. What's gonna happen? It just skips over it. How is that possible? Okay, hold on. What if we... How can we do this? This doesn't make any sense to me. I guess we put this back on. See if we accidentally turned it off somehow. That makes no sense whatsoever. All right, let's see here. We're turning uncrouching true when we turn it off. So that fires that, which it does. It works great. Now, where's the problem? We go to hero animations. And we do hit this, so default action should be firing. Default action 5 is, as we've confirmed many times, this thing right here. The crouch idle, which is the animation that we need. Excuse me. Maybe I'm too tired to see it, but this shouldn't be an issue. We're getting right here. So I'm not sure what could be possibly going on. So we're saying we're uncrouching. And we set the animation. Do we need to turn off something? No, we shouldn't need to. I mean, if I turn this off, I mean, if I stop turning it false, then what? What's gonna happen? Okay, hold on. We actually don't need to set it false, it seems. We just need to call it true. Sorry, just got a spam email. Or a scam email. Someone's pretending to be Geek Squad. It's crazy. Okay. So, following the line of reasoning. Crouch idle, right here. Boom. Makes sense. Should be running perfectly. We've got this set right there. If we click play, I have a feeling it's still not going to work. Yeah. So something is bypassing our line of code somewhere. Okay, so we know that this is only firing when it's accurate. So doesn't make much sense. What could it be? Something is setting it off. Okay. So this is firing. I don't really know what else there is to say about that. Let's see, is it firing both and that's why it's going crazy? Because then we've got something to go off of. Let's take a look. So it's playing this idle animation, which should not exist. This should not be doable. Let's take a look at our state, actually, because this shouldn't be possible. Nothing should be calling it. Nothing should be calling it, unless I messed up something in the crouch when I was trying to like reset it. Is idle, is not being set. So default action should not be 0. It should be number 5, which makes sense. Hold on. Why is it number 5? 1. So 0. Oh, I'm stupid. It's 4. But why am I not getting an out of index? Does that make any sense? It should be out of index. All right, this should fix it. Not sure where the other idle animation was coming from. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, I get it. All right, well, that's pretty good though. I'm happy about that. So now what we're gonna do is we need to do default action 0. What that should do is bring us back to idle. Right, we're still doing the auto increment. Hold on. There we go. Let's try that again. Exactly, when you forget to capitalize a letter and it all goes terribly wrong. Nice. Okay, that is smooth. I don't know about you guys, but I am liking that. Let's zoom up a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys can see this really that easily. Smoothness. Okay, here's an issue though. For some reason it's freezing on this. It's not going to the next animation. So it's freezing on the last scene. Oh, probably because I said it wrong. Let's take a look. Yeah, I probably said it wrong. Well, I guess not. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, it's probably because... Oh, okay, hold on. Because what I'm doing is I'm setting... No, I'm setting it myself. So this actually shouldn't conflict with this. Interesting. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, so it gets stuck on that. How come? Okay. What we need to do is say, oh, I got it. Okay, so right here, I created this function inside of reanimator to get the state, right? So that means the frame that we're on. So all we need to say is get the state of crouch idle. Figure out what is the last one. I think it's a 5. And then we set this to uncrouching equals false. Let's see what happens. We should check. We should check to make sure we have the right amount. We have 6. You see? That's why we check. That's why we check. It's good. It's very good. Okay. Let's take a look. Now, here's another thing though. Here's another thing. We need to also put in a functionality where if we interrupt the action by going back up. Okay, but it doesn't set idle back to true. Does it? No, it should be. Okay. All right. Well, we'll figure that out. What I was saying is, let's test it actually before I continue. We can probably, if I break the action, it's actually really smooth. What in the world? How's it lining it up? Wow, that's actually super good. I had no idea it was going to do that. I don't know how it's doing that, but that's great. Okay, and then we set, what do we set? We set idle is idle. True. I mean, I shouldn't have to do that. In hero movement, once I'm not whatever it is, that should do it for me. Test should be going off once we start. Let's take a look. Yeah, so test stops. But we just went back. So now it shouldn't exist because we're setting uncrouching to false, right? So it should go directly to not here. Here, let's do another one. That way we can tell exactly what is going on. I want to get this all done for the devlog pretty quickly because this is like the technical stuff. Okay, so test 2 is on, even though, hold on, did I word it wrong? So if uncrouching is off, okay, well, what is the state of uncrouching? Hold on. It should be off here. Yeah, uncrouching is false here. So once I go through the uncrouching, it should turn off. Okay, let's take a look at the state. It should be returning false once the crouch is over. Okay, well, that's not good. How is it turning true? So something here is off. Something is setting it to true, even though when it should be false. Okay, right here. Jin set should only be firing once. Let's take a look at all the references. Because there has to be something else that is, oops. No. Oops. Not at all what I want to do, guys. All right, let's do that. There we go. I just want to bring it up. There we go. Okay. So if uncrouching equal false, uncrouching equal true, that's the only place that we have uncrouching equaling true. Everywhere else, I mean, this is the only other place where we set it to anything and it's false. So why is it returning true? This is when we click crouch, it turns it on. Once it goes through its thing, it should turn it off. Because this only fires once. If we look at Jin set, take a look. Jin set only happens once. But it stays true. That should not be happening. You thought it was gonna start tomorrow? No, every Monday. Every Monday morning. I'm thinking of adding another day. I don't know. Maybe a Thursday. I'm not sure yet. But I do like the amount of work that I'm actually able to get done. I feel like the stream focuses me on the work I have to do. And it helps to, talk to you guys. Because it's like I'm able to force the thinking process. Oops. Just hit the microphone. Okay, it's still true for some reason. It don't make no sense. I don't understand why. And it's also broken now. So yay. Alright, so that obviously doesn't do it. Okay, that should be there. This should actually work. But for some reason, uncrouching is being set to true forever. And it should not be set to true forever. I don't know why that would even... Is crouching, okay, good. Is standing, yep. If it's uncrouching equal false. Let's do a debug here. Ola. That's what we'll have it say. I always have to come up with other ways of... Oops. Of telling me, of keeping track which debug log does what. When I set up the stream this morning, last night, I accidentally scheduled it for today at 7 p.m. instead of 7 a.m. And I didn't notice it until right before I was gonna go live. So maybe that's why you thought it was tomorrow. Okay, well, the animation's working. This is still saying it's active, and I do not see any Ola. Interesting. All right, let's take a look here. Right now we're saying if crouch idle equals 6, if that's the state that it equals, right? That's what we're saying. Let's go 5. Let's just bring it down 1 and see what happens. There we go. Oh, why is it doing that? Okay, hold on. I think I know why. We need to set the, what is it? Default action. Well, we need, hold on. Well, let's take a look at the debug logs a little more closely. Exactly. You make a bug, or you fix a bug, you make 2 more pop up in its place. Okay, that should not have happened. There we go. Interesting. Okay, so I think it's happening because we're not setting the idle to true. We should be setting it to true. So we're just going to call this idle 1 for now. We're going to copy that. Oh, wait a minute. No, what am I talking about? We need to set crouch idle to true. Wait, aren't we doing that? Yeah, we are. So why? Okay, we need to set it to false here. That might be what it is. Because I think when we set it to false, it resets. And then we set it to true, it starts over. You know, so that creates the restart. Whereas right now we sometimes end up that's it. Look at that. Look at that. That is some good looking transitions right there. Of course, we need to fix the arms and all that, but that's exactly what we were looking for. We need to fix the running animation too. So I decided that I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I decided that I'm actually going to split the next devlog into 2 parts. The first part focusing more on the basic animations and transitions and like the system behind it, right? The technical stuff, which in the last devlog, it seems like people didn't like technical stuff as much. So I'm going to try to make it more creative too. We're talking about animations. But the second part, the second devlog, which will come out a month after, will really be focused on the animations, less on the game itself, but more like really working on the animations so that I can put them all in and we can have a much more polished looking game. You know, once we have everything that's like responsive and like doing what we're saying, it's going to look a whole lot better. And that's just in time for the next devlog after that, which is supposed to be interactions. So like interacting with different systems. And once we have the whole thing down, I want to create custom animations for specific interactions. So it's important that we have this out of the way already. We get everything that we need to get done here. Oh, so this is an issue. This should not be going so quickly. It should not be running so quickly. So why is it? It's saying that crouched is true. Now what is it's when is crouching is true. Okay, so when we're here, we go all the way down. This is where we have these set. Is crouching should be 1/4 of the speed. Let's do a debug log here. I need to clean up all these debug logs though. Speedy. figure out why it's not fixing that. Wait, do I have it as... Oh yeah, it is running. Yeah, so it should work. Unless I'm not turning off is running when I should be. So it says speedy, so it should be working, but it's not. Why do you do this? Doesn't make any sense. Also, we're gonna have to bring down this raycast line to his eye level. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so speedy is triggering. Yes. Let's clean up all the other debug logs, because it's going to get confusing. Hi Noah. Hey, what ended up happening with the pixel perfect camera from your other video? It is currently being used, so check it out. I can press play. I just haven't created like a UI element for the zooming, which the player is not really going to be able to control the zoom. It's the game that controls the zoom, but I can just go to the player camera here and change the size, and everything is super duper smooth. I'm super happy with it. I didn't actually think that I was going to be able to get a result this clean. Yeah, I'm planning on doing a tutorial soon. I wanted to get this next devlog done and then hopefully have time to kind of do a tutorial, because I can kind of show you an overview. It's not as complicated as the first video made it seem. I mean, which one was it? Was it devlog 10 or devlog 11 where I kind of explained that I removed, I think it was devlog 11. I removed the like buffer. So if I just if I turn on this, have it hidden from the world view right now, but if I turn it on, you'll just see that this is actually the plane. Let's move it forward a little bit. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so this is the rendering plane that is just over the base camera. So it's just rendering what the base camera sees. And that way, instead of having to create like an offset or whatever, I just follow the player as if, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's much simpler than it was. Before, I had to do a whole math equation to figure out the multiplication factor and like the distance offset and making it responsive and all that stuff. But then I realized I can just overlay the two, and that fixed it. All right, well, just give me 1 second. My dog wants to go out, and his brother's barking outside, so I'm just gonna open up the door for him. I'll be right back. Click the wrong button. All right. All right, well, thanks for joining, Noah. Okay, so let's get back on track. Let's get back to the animations. All right, so we're still having an issue where our crouch is not as slow as it should be. Okay, actually this last one I'm gonna leave just so that we know that, oops. That way we know that we're crouched. Everything else should be removed. That should be done. Okay. Now, what else? If we check the movement. What we could do we could, instead of doing all of this, oh wait, does that make sense? I'm not sure if it makes sense, but let's see. What is it's just, why is it going so fast? If it gets to here, then it should be, oh, hold on. It should be else ifs. That's why. Right? I mean, running should not be enabled while this is happening. But if this fixes it, then it's probably because running was still enabled somewhere. Yeah, okay, so running or ready or something was still being activated. Okay, so this is just kind of like the crawl. It might actually have to be less than this because this is actually still pretty fast. I can't imagine walking, like crouch walking this quickly. Okay, so there's a bit of confusion here. So when I crouch and I want to go to ready, it won't let me. Do I want you to be able to break crouch by getting ready to fight? I think it's probably important, right? You should probably be able to. Otherwise, it's not gonna look too good for you. But we'll handle that later. Let's check to see. The running, I think, is what was active. Hold on. Okay. So if you know what? No, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, because we're gonna come back to this and I have to do a crouch specific walk. So I don't want to mess with this too much yet because I know how I'm gonna do that. And I don't want to mess it up just yet. All right. Now, the other thing I wanted to do is I have this slide animation. I need to find where is it? Sometimes I get lost. I have so many different things. This one? No. Slide to idle. Okay, this one right here. So we need to import this correctly. 64, multiple, point filter. Okay, that should do it. Open up the sprite editor, slice it. and slice. Okay, perfect. Now we create an animation from it. All right, slide to idle, that's there. Let's go put that in the crouching notes, I guess. Okay, so pretty much it's not really a slide to idle, I realize. It's more like a drift. Drift to idle. Okay. We'll actually move it into the standing notes because it can only be done when standing. Okay. So drift to idle. There it is. Okay, we'll figure that out in a second. First, we need to figure out the mechanics of the movement, because this drifting is supposed to happen when we're running full speed and we stop. Right? So let's actually check what is our X move factor. Because if that changes, maybe we can figure something out there. Okay, so right now it's 5. The crouch. Is 0? That doesn't make sense. Well, I guess it's 5 no matter what, right? Yeah, because it's getting divided elsewhere. All right, but right now it's 0. I run, boom, 0. Okay, so if it's that quick movement, right? Maybe that's that quick change could be something. Let's say let's do this. If hero animations that is running and X move equals 0. Oops. Okay, that hopefully will only fire like once. I'm hoping there's just going to be a slight overlap. So it's at the start, not the end. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so right now, run is at the extremes. what I want to see. Okay, hold on. If hero, and okay, I think I got it. If hero animations that is running, right? We of course want to turn off is running. Okay, but we also want to hit the transition. So we need to create another transition. Call it drifting. And set drifting to true. Oh, I forgot to put T in front of it for transition. Oh wait, no, there is no T anymore. I forgot. We changed that. Drifting equals, I need true. All right, so that turns off all of that. Now we need to figure out if we are drifting, right? So we're standing and we say else if drifting. We need to set that. Let's actually move this around a little bit. We'll set this to 5. We'll copy this first. We'll do the exact same thing here. This will be 5. And what else? This, we're gonna have to change the names in a second. This will be drift idle. There we go. And we need to, oh, actually, hold on. We'll add it through here. Drift idle. Oops. Okay, so that should run this loop, which is fine. And it's on number 6 that we need it. Number 6 right there. Perfect, perfect. Now we want to set drifting to false. We need to change this to drift idle. Okay, and then we need to change it in the default action, but that should be it. That should do it. All right, let's try it. So right now what we're expecting is when we cut the run animation and we go to 0, it should play slide. There we go. Oh, but it didn't go back to idle. Why is that? There we go. All right, so we do want to build up some momentum, though. I think what we should do, and we should slide a little bit too. It's not perfect. It would help if we were actually sliding a little bit, though. Not exactly sure how to get the slide working, but we'll get the timer. So pretty much once we hit the input, so if X move is not 0, then we do run timer. Well, actually, no. We need to do it in the run. Yeah. So let's do run timer. Okay. And then in the run, we'll do run timer plus equal time dot delta time. Okay. Now, when we're here, if run timer is more or equal to 5, then it allows us to do what? It allows us to drift. So we'll do here, actually, we can just do this. Consolidate it here. And then here we set the run timer back to 0. And run timer starts at 0. Okay, that should do it. So now we have to hold it for about 5 seconds for it to actually slide or drift. Slide is different. We'll have a different animation for that. Oof. Okay, hold on. I know how to fix it. I don't know why it was... yeah, that was kind of a stupid mistake, but it's not a big one. We can fix that pretty quickly. If I can find where I have to be. Right here. Okay, so we just need to create a sub if statement about the run timer. And that's where drift will take place. All right, that should do it. So now the animation shouldn't keep looping. Nice. Okay, so when we do little bursts, it's all good. The question is, when we do 5 seconds worth of bursts. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that we need to fix. And the way to do that, I believe, is if we go to 0, so the else here is what we need. Run timer is back to 0. So this will keep it so that you have to build up that momentum, right? You have to hold it down for it to actually happen. You won't just like be wiggling around and then a drift happens, right? You have to keep it consistent. So let's try. We're just kind of walking around. A lot of time. Just woo, so much fun. Yeah. No sliding. All right, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that wasn't enough, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. I guess I just missed it. Anyways, it works. It works great, it seems. Whee! All right, let's start over here. All right, let's actually take a look at the timer itself. Okay, yeah, so it works. It works perfectly. All right, when we move, it stays in the zeros, just as it should. And when we break direction, it also stops. Eventually, we'll have like a turnaround. Like if you break direction, you'll kind of like slide a little bit backwards to show like the momentum is still going, right? But we'll figure out the slide first. So this is very good. Very, very good. We've got everything that I was planning on having in here already, which is great. We still have some more time though. So let's work on some other stuff. We've got all of this working. Do we actually need anything else? We can start working on some more of the animations. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, let me just set up my workspace here. Just moving my tablet over. good. Back at it again. Yep, that's me. We just finished up working transitions inside of Unity, and so now we're gonna do a few more animations, at least polish up some of the animations. Let me grab my keyboard. Whee! There we go. Okay, let's switch over to the tablet. There we go. All right, so right now this is the crouch. Right, if you watch the first half, you're gonna keyboard reveal. Yeah, we've got a Logitech something. I forget what it's called, but looks like this. It has a little like beam across, which I really love because I can actually put the pen right there, and it's kind of, you know, magnetic, so it sticks actually really nicely. It's awesome. When mouse reveal? Well, it's your lucky day. The MX Master 3. That one I do know. It's this one. All right. One of the transitions between crouching, I presume. Yes. Yeah. So actually, well, since you just got here, we just switched over. Let me just show you what we just finished working on, because I'm pretty proud of it. Oh, it's called the MX keys. That's my keyboard. Okay. So right here we can crouch, and the transitions are working great now. Of course, we don't have arms yet, so that's one thing. We also do have a transition for like getting ready to fight stance, like the switching of the legs, but I don't have a transition to go back to idle yet. And then I don't know how long you were in the chat, but we also were able to make a, if you cut the momentum of your run, you can drift a little bit right there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Still need to do a lot more work on it though. So that's what we can do. I actually thought that the transitions were going to take a lot longer today, so I didn't think we were going to actually get to do any actual animation. That's fun. So we've got the crouch. We have the guard, right? So we have the switching of the legs. I kind of like modeled that off of, like, if you were, I kind of like just use myself as reference to try to see what leg do I change first. I'm not sure if this is too high though. It might be like kicking up too high. Moonwalk Michael Jackson style. Oh yeah. That little bend right there makes it seem like he's dancing a little bit and then sliding back. It's true. There's something else I was gonna say. Think about this, but I forget now. This used to be the transition, or this is putting away, right, the sword, which I still want. There's gonna be a few different ways of getting to like the on guard position, where like I think every once in a while in the game, if like you hear an enemy or something weird happens, or there's an explosion or whatever, you'll naturally go into the on guard position, because the idea is that the character's alive, you're just controlling him. So the character has his own, you know, his own things. That's why in my game you can't actually like hit walls. Like you'll run up right up to the wall, but you'll start sliding before you actually hit the wall, which I think is pretty cool, because it shows that there's, you know, some sort of intelligence in the player. He doesn't want to, or in the character, he doesn't want to get hit in the face by a wall. So that was just to say that I think the character will sometimes react to things even if you don't necessarily make him react. This is one of the things where he'll get like ready to fight without pulling out a sword. He'll just be like, whoa, what's going on? Like alerted. And then you can actually have him pull out the sword or gun or whatever weapon you're using at the time. But what I would actually like to work on is the crouch walk. It's going to be a tough one, so I want to get started now. The arms and all that I can add in, of course, later. It's not a big deal. But this one, it's going to be a bit more complicated. There we go. All right, I'm going to call it... I need to create a new folder for crouching. Yeah, exactly. Trying to make the character feel more alive. You know, one of the coolest things, I think, one of the many cool things that Breath of the Wild introduced was like smart horses that wouldn't run into a tree. And I thought, you know what, that makes so much sense. Like, why would we run our characters into like a wall? You know, like it doesn't really serve a purpose. He can jump onto a wall, but he doesn't have to run into one. So I was thinking, like, what are some small things that I can do? So like, there's gonna be a few transition animations. Like if you walk up crouched to a wall, and there's like, you know, the wall is like a half wall, so you can kind of see over it. He'll put like his hand out once you get close enough. I think that would add like a whole bunch. Like you can't click a button to do that. It's just, that's what he'll do when you get close enough, which is what, you know, if we were in that situation, we would probably try to help balance ourselves by putting a hand on a wall or something. So anyways, I think that I always find that pretty cool, those ideas. And so I want to implement them. Okay, so here we go. Now we can delete all of these. And create a new frame. And already here, we have pretty much the basics of what we're gonna make. It's just we need to change the perspective a little bit. So right here, we can erase this area like that. And this has to be smaller like that. Okay. And then okay, this is actually gonna be the back leg. I need to switch the layers actually on this. All right, so that's the back leg. So we can make it smaller. Okay, we need to make it darker too. Okay. So, well, we'll see how that goes. And then for this one, we need to do the same thing. Okay, so these are like the two extremes, but we're gonna have to figure out a better way. Need to kind of fix his back here. Kind of add that curve like that. Yeah, that's good. The waist, we need to, it shouldn't be like square so much. Well, it should be more square than that. Something like that. All right, I think that's good for now. I think that this back leg, well, actually, no, that's good. I'm gonna create that circular leg shape. Like that. And then this leg we need to beef up a little bit because it's in the front. Okay, I think that as we kind of move, you would kind of like turn a little bit more. So in the end, there'd be a little less. Oops, I'm on front leg. That's not right. You go torso. So I think that it would take up more. You would kind of like turn a little bit more like that. Possibly. Like that. Sometimes sorry I'm not talking too much. I kind of lost in the process, you know? Just start focusing super intently on one thing. So here kind of looks like his body's a little more turned in, right? Which is what it should be. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Saddest thing when working on animations, wrong layer. That is true. That's happened way too many times. It's really sad every time. So that kind of gives us a good idea. Let's grab his mask here. Actually, let's open up our run file. Oops. Open. Where is the finished run? I think it's this one. Right there. Okay. The head of this one will do quite nicely. Where is it? Crouch walk. There we go. All right. We can remove his head right there. Put this guy in. Actually, hold on. I should have paid a little more attention. All right, there we go. We'll just place him in there. Perfect. So the idea is, you know, you're turned a little bit. You know, that's the idea. There we go. The visor color is actually different. It's supposed to be the darker red, more vibrant. Okay. So it kind of shows, you know, I'm walking here, you know? At least that's the idea. So right now it's just ping-ponging, right? It doesn't really make any sense. We're going to create an in-between. New frame. Okay. So now for this in-between, we need to figure this out. We're gonna have to get up a little bit. Now I'm gonna merge all of these layers, which is terrible, but at the same time, it kind of has to be done. It's kind of hard working on all of these different layers when I'm trying to like grab something and move it one way or move it the other. So I'm just gonna flatten the layers. So this is gonna be the highest we're gonna go, right? Right. Oh no. Oh no. What have I done? No! What happened? What in the world? What just happened? What in the world? What happened? That is so weird. Why would it break? No, because I just reverted the change. I think there's a problem with Sprite. There's something that went wrong there. Oh, I can't believe it. That's okay. Well, we'll just have to do it again. so that's... Oh! What is going on? All of a sudden it pops into existence. Okay. Alright, well, I can just move this foot here. That's fine. That is so weird. Alright, I'm just gonna save it. That way we can revert next time. Yeah, such a odd bug. I don't know what happened there. Alright, this time we're gonna flatten on this layer. There we go. Okay, now we'll create a new layer. Or a new frame, I should say. We're gonna grab this torso, and we're gonna move it forward. Oh, this is at the peak, which is right... It's gonna be above his leg, his back leg, right there. We're gonna move this closer to center, but this one is actually gonna be a little further out, like that. Okay, it doesn't look like much yet, but we'll get it. You gotta bounce, do some work, but ready for the next devlog. All right, you and I both. Thanks for watching. Okay, we have to create that kind of like curve right here. So this should actually be much further down, like that. Oops. Pretty much the back leg has to kind of boost up a little bit so they can walk forward. Yeah, something like that. Let's create another frame just in case it's easier to work on that side. Okay, so from here, we can kind of make this a little easier to read. We have to go out like that, and then back in. but it's going to be more extended because we're walking out. So we go like that. And we can bring that in like that. Now there's still a knee here because we're not really like extended. We're, you know, we're still crouching, so it wouldn't make sense. But it's a start. So actually this should be raised up because we're doing the topmost. So like that actually. Let's figure out what the leg looks like first here. So as we're crouching, let's actually turn this a little bit more because we are raising it, but when you are like crouch walking, your knee, it feels like it's always bumping into your chest, right? So we need it to go up and then down like that. Yeah, something like that. There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for. And let's duplicate that frame, and we will. Oops, like that. All right, so that kind of gives an idea of what it's supposed to look like. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And so as we're going up, we should actually have this torso. Let's copy that. All right, just like that. So that actually starts giving us a great idea on how the walk is going to be working, right? And then we need to just create some more in-betweens. But I think that's a great start. I think we're at a great spot right now. We have transition frames. We have, well, we were able to figure out how to do transitions in our game. We were able to implement the uncrouch and the drift. And we were also able to start on the walk animation. So that, or the crouch walk animation. So that's really, really cool. There's just so many animations that we've got to get done. Because I want the character to feel real, but like lifelike. So it's going to be a lot of nuanced animations. And then once those animations are done, then we have to do all the cosmetics on top of those animations and then layer everything. So it's going to be a lot of work. The first thing is I need to get all the animations done. Then I need to separate every animation into layers. Then I need to export each, arms, torso, legs, boot area, headgear, all of it exported individually, so that then I can put them into our layering system, which will be a duplicate for the most part of all the other ones. And then just we're gonna make it so that we don't have to combine manually everything. Instead, the layering system will do that for us based off the variables that we give it, so that if you pick something up, I didn't have to draw the whole character picking that specific thing up. Instead, it was animated. Let's say you're picking up a sword, right? Instead of actually animating me picking up the sword, I just animated the pickup of a sword that is reused for every single sword. The sword, though, is the cosmetic item that is slapped on top that is different, but it's animated according to it. So that way I don't have a whole bunch of duplicates and huge files. Instead, I have a lot of just a lot of cosmetic items. It's gonna be a lot of stuff. The character animations, there's just so many. We have a huge list, and I'm gonna try to get through it. So again, like I said earlier, I'm gonna kind of split up this next devlog into two parts. One where I'm focusing more on the technical and like some of the basic stuff, so like transitions, all that stuff. And then the one after that is going to be just pushing as many animations, and I'll also be talking a little bit about the story of Ranger. So that's gonna be exciting. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So thanks guys for watching. Leave a like if you haven't yet. Subscribe if you want more live streams every single Monday. I might add another day, I might not, depends on what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this far if you're watching the VOD. And I'll see you guys in a little bit when the devlog is done. Or I'll see you next week. One or the other. All right, bye. Thanks for watching.